Last week I told you half the story about this stole that I'm wearing, that it was crafted by our own Pat Stevens, and an amazing seamstress and crafter of vestments. And we again thank Pat. But I didn't tell you the story about where the material came from. It came from a little town, very little town in South Africa called Nyasna when I was there. And there was just this little, very small little fabric shop, and not very large at all, almost just a little bigger than a closet. And as we were walking past there, we saw some material in the window, and we went in because I was looking for some material for vestments. And there was this amazing woman in there. Her name was Boosie. And she showed us all the different materials, and they were all beautiful. And it was hard to pick one. But this particular one kept calling back, take me. And so we did. And then Boosie said, may I ask you what you're going to use this material for? And I said, oh, absolutely. We're going to use it for vestments. She looked, her eyes got really wide, and she said, are you a priest? I said, yes, I am. And oh my gosh, she knelt down, she kissed my hand. Never had that happen before. And she wouldn't get up. She was praying and crying. I said, Boosie, please get up. And she said, oh my goodness, I was praying for somebody to come in my shop today, but I wasn't thinking it would be a priest. I said, well, it is. And so anyway, we got talking about her ministry, and amazing ministry about how she keeps just a little bit of the proceeds from her shop for her own use, and the rest she goes to feed the children. And so when we left, she wouldn't take any money for the cloth. So I asked her if we could make a donation to her ministry, and she said, of course. And so we left the donation on the counter, and she said, Father Joe, that's enough to feed my children for 4 months. So this morning, for our worship today, I'd like us to remember Boosie. And the second collection today, we would ask that it be donated to Boosie and her ministry of feeding her children. So we ask you to think about her today as we